Well, hello. I guess I need to get started with another video, although my mind is very much on my talk later on today, this evening. The video for the 26th, so this is Monday's video, is Staying Positive in a Negative World. Yesterday, my friend Aristo commented on my video opening with, quote, "I hope you remain on this focus, Ron. It is something positive." End quote. For much of my life, I have been addicted to hopium. No, I am not referring to some drug. I've never been part of the drug culture. I'm talking about hoping to actually experience the kingdom of heaven on earth. That has been my vision since childhood. Once they stole my non-mortgaged home on February 7th, 2016, one particular verse from the Bible rang out. It's found in what many of us know as the faith chapter, Hebrews 11. All these, this is a quote, all these died in faith, receiving not the promises, end quote. I am in the 70th year of my life. My birthday is October 21. I survived the health challenges of the previous year, but this challenge of not being in my own home still haunts me. People want me to be positive. How? I can't even find my own things I know are in storage. And I also know many of my most meaningful possessions never even made it to storage. While there are encouraging signs and continuing promises, bringing them into reality seems as elusive as ever. Many do not get it. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm doing the best I can. Indeed, this is something that weighs heavily on me because I've watched my viewership drop with the saga with the ambassador and what went on there. I've seen it go down when my health challenges were facing me last year, and people again were trying to argue with me, and I blocked a lot of people because I wasn't in the mood or did not have the energy to enter into arguments with people. This year, with the loss of my home, I have probably become more negative than ever before in my whole life because of what I just said in the blurb. I am going to be 70 years old in less than a month, and I still haven't seen the kingdom of heaven manifest on earth. Criminals still run the asylum, and earth is like an insane asylum. I mean, almost the entire population of the world is insane because it's been programmed into insanity through the monetary system and the control grid of demons. And I mean, they, even if they're human now or appear human, there's still demonic elements that are behind the whole thing. And all of my life, I have had this vision that for some reason, somehow, I'm supposed to be a participant in bringing the kingdom of heaven to earth. I don't mean I'm doing it. Please do not misunderstand. I have no delusion of grandeur that I'm some special thing. I just have a message that I believe was given to me from the time I was a little boy. And I've always had it. I've never lost it. I've never drifted very far from it in any direction. I've pretty much maintained the focus for my entire life. And with the health challenges that I faced last year and the loss of my home, and I'm watching now as my blood pressure, I've never had high blood pressure. All of a sudden, I went and checked my blood pressure at the drugstore, and oh my God, I have high blood pressure. That's something that was not part of my reality. In fact, they would not have operated on me had I had high blood pressure. That's contraindicated, or it's contraindicated. That you can't, it makes it even more of a health risk than what my condition already was. So I feel every day like I'm living on borrowed time. And the anxiety that I'm feeling comes forth, of course, in my videos, because what's been the one thing that I've always emphasized? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And truth is not something out there. Truth is what's in here. What's going on in you? What do you feel? It's not what do you think even. It's what feelings come up. And when I meditate and I go into as silent a space as I can go into and shut off the mind chatter as much as I possibly can, what I'm still feeling is anxiety. I can't get beyond the anxiety. I can't get beyond the fear that I will have lived my life in vain. That I, like those that were written about in Hebrews chapter 11, I will die in the faith, receiving not the promises. I will die believing that I was here on a mission from God, and I will not have been able to accomplish that mission, along with many others that have already died or are dying. And it bothers me, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you cannot accept my humanity. I'm sorry that you cannot accept my being honest with myself and with the world, and not painting some kind of a picture of a reality that I don't see actually happening. I've seen it by faith previously, but it was hope. It wasn't faith. It was hope that this is real. It wasn't faith that this is going to happen. It was hope that it would happen. That's why I use the word hopium. It's like a drug, and it keeps us from doing the things oftentimes that maybe we're supposed to do to turn things around. But I don't know what those things are, and I don't know how I alone can do anything. I'm simply not Anastasia. I have not developed the powers, talents, and ability to the point that I'm able to stop bullets by putting up an invisible shield like Anastasia did. I'm not able to move myself from one place to another and transport myself in some spiritual realm and rematerialize somewhere else like she was able to do. I'm not able to do some of the things that supposed masters are able to do. Now, have I ever seen a master do those things? No, I haven't. Did I see Anastasia do them? No, I didn't. But I know Vladimir was certainly not someone who believed. He had a real problem with not believing. Even when he saw some of the things that happened, he still felt like he was being used. And sometimes I get the feeling that I've spent my whole life being used by God to preach something that I can't manifest, that it requires God to do it, and God isn't doing it. But yet, yes, it seems like God is doing some things, or that some things are happening that might be pointing to something good. If they restore the United States to its constitutional foundation, that will be a huge step in the right direction. That will bring tremendous peace not only to me, but to the whole world, because no longer will the United States be involved in warfare and fighting every Tom, Dick, and Harry all over the planet, trying to get them to be part of their cabal system, which ultimately, as I've said before, requires the death of the majority of people on Earth. I mean, 95% at least of the people on Earth have to die to fulfill their dream vision of a new world order. And I mean, that means they have to kill a whole bunch of people or make it so that they can die more easily. They don't want to do it. If they can do it covertly, they'll do it that way. But if they can't do it covertly, maybe they're going to try to do it more overtly, out in the open and up front, no hiding. But in any case, I would like to stay positive, but I still live on a very negative planet that is ruled and run and operated by people who haven't a clue how to love one another. And that is the fulfillment of everything that I've ever believed in as important. Thank you for listening, and namaste.